Down by the Riverside is a spiritual. So it is a song that is deeply tied and linked to the melodies and the emotions and the moods of enslaved folks in America. And it's one that predates the Civil War, but it's also one that has carried on beyond the Civil War. And so, like many spirituals, there's a focus on the here and now, but then also on heaven or on what lies beyond. We'll often think of them as slow and dirge-like. So, gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside and study war no more.
In 1776, when the U.S. created and signed the Declaration of Independence, our country made itself free from the rule of Great Britain, but at the same time still had over 500,000 enslaved black people. Some of these slaves even helped fight for our country's independence in the American Revolutionary War.
But as the song has gained popularity over time, the Fisk Jubilee singers performed it out when they were raising money for Fisk University and HBCU. It has changed with those arrangements. And someone like Mahalia Jackson, when she did it, she sped it way up. She said, gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Oh yes, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside and study war no more. And the refrain goes, ain't gonna study war no more. 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 Ain't gonna study war no more.
We celebrate the 4th of July every year to honor the Declaration of Independence. However, many people don't know it took almost 100 years after Independence Day for slaves to get legal freedom. This freedom struggle caused another war.
And a song like this one, while it has hope in the moment of folks that are living enslaved, and even for the folks that are still living as enslaved people in Galveston, Texas, 2 years after they've been freed, this song still has wonderful resonance and importance. That it's not just about making it through this life on this plantation or making it through these struggles, but it's making it into a new life of freedom and possibility, owning themselves in a way that they never did, and having access to things that they wouldn't otherwise have. Like, gonna put on my golden shoes down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna put on my golden shoes down by the riverside and study war no more. And we know that there's still war and that there's still struggle, but when there's this new life and there's this new possibility and the ability to not have to fight so hard just to get through your life and to get through your day, you're able to add more things to the song. Like, gonna see my sweet mother there, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Oh yes, down by the riverside. Gonna see my sweet mother there, down by the riverside and study war no more. I'm going to lay down my sword and shield. I'm going to lay down my heavy load. I'm going to make all of these things that I can't have now. I'm going to sing them into existence and possibility. Gonna put on my long white robe down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna put on my long white robe, yeah, down by the riverside.
On April 12, 1861, Confederates who strongly supported slavery bombarded Union soldiers at Fort Sumter. This started the American Civil War. Many black soldiers wanted to fight for their country and, more importantly, for their freedom, but were turned away.
Welcome to the Juneteenth Jubilee video series. Juneteenth was supposed to be the last day of freedom in the United States of America for chattel slaves. But this video series is going to show you how we never really got that freedom.
No, sir. I do not understand. I've come as a free man of color to serve my country. I've answered the call of military duty, seeking the protection and pay due me and my brethren. And you're telling me y'all would rather die here at Fort Sumter, suffer defeat, dying of whiteness, rather than serve next to my blackness?
Come on, see? He ain't saying that. He just ain't gonna break the law, and right now, the law is the law.
What law? You ain't tracking the judicial evolution, calling up some 1792 statute that don't hold up no more to keep me from enlisted? Nah, I'm an emancipated colored man, Newt. Executive Mansion say so, and I got every right to enlist. This gentleman just got to actually say what he's already saying.
You trying to get us killed.
That colored folk ain't good enough to serve, even after my grandpappy fought in the American Revolution and my father in the War of 1812.
Brother, let's step outside.
I come from a military family. I got a legacy. He can't take away my legacy.
Ain't nobody taking nothing from you, see? Let's just step outside.
Oh, sorry. Am I acting above my station? Making you uncomfortable, Brother New? Afraid the Lord gonna smite me?
Fool, stop. Just stop. You know this ain't about me or our savior. You got these white folks all riled up with your loud uppity mouth. They about to string both you and me up right in here. You being reckless.
What's the point of being freed if you still ain't free to do with your body what you want? If there's been a decree. I'm tired of the games, and the violations have to be answered. Retaliation and retribution be coming.
Boy, you need to stop hurling accusations and making threats and all. Who do you think you are? Acting like you don't know where you are. Your lack of self-control, self-discipline, that's what's hurting you. Not me, not God. You are hurting you.
That's not on me. How you gonna make me wrong fighting for the only thing that's right?
Thing is, even if you get in, what happens if and when you get captured? Word is, them Confederates treating colored prisoners of war a hell of a lot worse than those white men. You show enough earnest, and you know I believe in the Lord, but them Confederates don't care nothing about you being a patriot for the Union. And I ain't seen the Secretary of War come to no colored man's aid or protection when them good old boys decide to make an example out of you.
This about respecting me as a man. Frederick Douglass say, once let the black man get upon his person the brass letter, U.S. Let him get an eagle on his button and a musket on his shoulder and bullets in his pocket. There is no power on earth that can deny that he has earned the right to citizenship. And that's that. They ain't taking that away from me.
Eventually, black soldiers were allowed to fight in the Civil War. With over 200,000 black Union soldiers and political pressure from abolitionists, President Abraham Lincoln had to make a bold decision.
The reality of war brought a new reality of sadness, of blues. And that blues helped create a genre of music known as blues, which also led us to jazz. And here's some of that jazz music being played by the Dave Clark Trio. In honor of Juneteenth, we are proud to feature these local Black-owned businesses. Your support of Black-owned businesses influences economic independence and future prosperity for the Black community. Thank you.